Hello again. Today is the third devlog for my crafting game engine in Unity, and this is a project I'm working on to potentially turn into a game or an asset for the Unity asset store. I haven't decided yet. I love crafting games, and I just really want to make my own. This is just going to be a quick little demonstration of the build system I'm working on. I've just started working on it, so it's a little rough at the moment, but you can kind of see where it's going. I'm kind of basing it off of Icarus. Okay, so basically what I've got going right now is I can take and build tiles on the ground. Now, ideally, I'm going to be able to place stuff. Right now, I've already got a pre-placed tile that you end up building off of. Eventually, I'm going to have it so you can start building a tile from the beginning. But you can basically add tiles to the existing structure. And then I've got a system for placing walls. And it will place based on where you're pointing, like here. I actually made it do separate detections for if you're looking kind of down at the floor versus if you're just looking straight out. And yeah, so that's pretty much the building system right now. Eventually, I'm going to add the ability to add ceiling tiles. I'm using a different system than I expected I would. I thought I would use like a grid-based system and to place things on a grid, but actually what's ending up going to being a little more versatile is I'm basing the placement off of the previous tiles that are there, because it kind of works on the philosophy that you build up from rather than kind of like Legos. You can't build something unless you can't build onto something unless there's already something there. You can't build parts that are just floating in space. So you have to build on something existing. And this methodology actually simplifies a lot of stuff. Like if I'm going to be doing angled pieces for like the roof and stuff, now like I got to do is add detections in the walls that says, okay, you can add angled pieces on there, and it'll allow it, whereas the floor will not allow it because that type of piece would never actually work on a floor tile section. So I don't have to worry about testing for what type of tile is it up against or whatever. It just the tile that's there has collision like trigger detections that say, okay, you can place a wall here. And so that ended up working out really easy. And so I'm looking forward to seeing where they go. If you're wondering, all these assets are AI generated with Trippo, I think is what it's called. It's a pretty neat tool, and that's where I'm at. There's one more other thing that I did here. Let me get rid of this wall. Okay. There's one more other thing I did in here that I didn't mention in the previous demonstrations, is that I incorporated a timer system. So I made a game timing manager that a lot of these crafting games, they allow you to sleep. And so if, let's say I have a bunch of items. Okay, let's say I have a bunch of items in here and I want to craft a bunch of stuff. And I decide I need to go to sleep for several hours. I can speed up the time. Like you'll notice now it's going much faster. I can actually skip forward time by a huge amount of seconds, which would be like 3,300 seconds, so is like 8 hours. I can skip it and it will instantly finish all the crafting stuff. It basically causes the game to catch up to the moment of time you're in. So that was a pretty cool thing. I'm actually thinking of maybe applying that to the actual runtime as well. So if you speed up time, the physics and stuff speed up or slow down, kind of like maybe you can go into bullet time or whatever. That's not going to work on in a multiplayer if I add a multiplayer component to it, because you can't have consistent bullet time between players unless the server controls it, which would be really bizarre that you're running along doing something completely innocuous and then all of a sudden it goes into bullet time because the other player did something that caused it to go into bullet time. So we'll have to see. All right, that's it for this devlog.